That's right. This is the Invent America show right here on the King's Broadcasting Network. We want to welcome all of you because, as the famous words of the inventor lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton, it's because America invents. And she's here right now, the co host of the Invent America show, the inventor lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. Rita, I miss
Hello,
you, darling.
hello there. How are you?
It's always great to talk about American Vince, and I am so optimistic what I'm seeing now. Hey, and I guess what I'm happy, you notice I have a smile on my face.
You
Uh,
do.
the stock market is up this morning and it's blowing away, and I'm making some serious money right now just without doing anything. So, stock market's up. We got a great president in office right now. He's fighting for America. What else can you say? American events. We got the Made in America show coming up, which you're going to host with me coming up.
Yes.
So a lot going on here. And now we have to help those inventors out there. Try to give them a blueprint to get their products to market, how to do it. And that's the purpose of American Invents. But Rita, what's going on? I know your subject that you want to talk about is the Inventor roller coaster ride. Now, what you mean about that,
Well,
Rita? What you mean?
every inventor's got a story. So what we look at then is, the ups and the downs and this topic was actually inspired by Mercedes herself because she was telling me her story. And so when we look then at, it's like, how did you get here? What'd you have to go through? As you look, it's like, oh, yeah, I accomplished this, everything is great. And then the next thing you know, it's like, oh, are you kidding me? And it's always that story that gets our attention, and it helps the consumer realize this isn't easy. It's not like you wake up one morning and say, oh gee, I think I'll invent a new product. No, there's got to be some inspiration that goes along with it. We solve problems, and that's what the invention is. But then, when you go from mind to market, there's a lot of steps in the way, and life can get in the way. You have a baby, you lose a job, and a parent moves in with you. Oh, that's a ton of fun. So when you're looking at all the different ups and downs, it can be crazy. So we're looking at the story. The inventors inspire us, and that helps then the consumer say, I'm going to go look for Mercedes product because I understand the problem she solved, but I want to support her enthusiasm for getting the product out there.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because in the early days when we started, here's what we were facing uphill in the early days when Invent America first started. We didn't have the blueprint or we didn't have the stories. All we had was this is an Invent America show. We want to show you what's the steps on getting your product, and how to get it copyrighted. I mean, how to get it, put the plan together, just the whole, patent it. I mean, that's what we were talking about in the early days. And then Invent America really evolved because now we have the stories behind that. It's not just the mistakes. So when guests like this come up and they say, look, I've been there, done that. These are the mistakes. To educate our audience, it's not only trying to give them that blueprint, but it's trying to avoid the mistakes that you mentioned that. And I think that's how Event America is really evolving right now, Rita. It's the stories
It,
itself.
it is because,
Yeah.
the consumers out there, our listeners, they want to hear the stories. That's what makes them passionate about going out and looking for the product, not just what problem was solved, but the people behind the invention. Every product out there, has got some person who touched it and some story that goes with it. And that's what we really want to be able to share with our American audience is, those real people out there that are solving problems and, what that story looks like because we're all human.
Yeah.
We've all got a story to tell. And sometimes they make, TV series like, oh, Shark Tank. No,
Yeah.
we're not a Shark Tank. It doesn't matter how expensive that suit is, the shark will still eat you. We want to help you. So,
Yeah.
for those folks out there that say, I've got an idea, what's next?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
want to be able to help them get to what's next.
It's and you hear how I explain it. Think of the Wizard of Oz. Think of Dorothy. Think of the Yellow Brick Road, and she couldn't get to see the wizard till she did what? she went down the yellow brick road. Now, it wasn't an easy walk because during the course, she met certain friends that had to take her over. And then she got to the point where there was some danger in the road, which was the evil witch. So I'm trying to give what we're talking about here. We're starting from the beginning. We're going down the yellow brick road, and we're fighting the witch. We're bringing in new friends, and hope one day we can go see the wizard. But then what happens when we go see the wizard? He breaks the bad news to us. Oh, he's gonna help us. We're gonna get help, but it comes with a stipulation. Does that sound familiar? What we're talking about, getting a product to market, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We talked about and our industry expert is Stephanie Beringhala from ASD Market Week.
Yeah.
And so, that was one of the flyers that we sent out. There's two dinosaurs sitting on a little island and going, oh, the boat's floating off into the distance. Like, was that today? And so, the whole idea is, how do you get to market and not sink? How do you not fall down the hole? How do you not fall off the roller coaster? I mean, there's a lot of metaphors that we can use that talk about inventors' trials and tribulations of getting a product to market. And then we get one of the groups that we're going to have on over the next few months is, I know, don't tell anybody I said this, but Walmart has a Made in America section, and they are focusing on products that are made in America. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Yeah. And people don't understand.
We're going to talk about getting them here.
Yeah, because Sam Walton started with the Made in America. Everything was made in the United States when he first started. You remember he'd have the flags. That's how Walmart. You see, that's what really gets me upset. The American consumer made Walmart. Now, Walmart, if you're listening to out there, I'm telling you, the American consumer made you, and they can destroy you. And they can destroy you. And that weak stuff you're bringing back overseas, and that bad product, that's all you're looking for is cheap. Please, America will pay for it if you bring back Sam Walton, his theory, and promote America, and just explain why we need to buy America and the American consumer. So that big CDO sitting out there in Bentonville, Arkansas, please listen to this little Cajun man down here in Louisiana. And I tell you what, I do own some stock in Walmart. That's part of my portfolio. Stock market's up, and I don't want that stock market, or I'm going to have to dump my Walmart stock. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what we're, really focusing on is why. And I know that one of my guests that will be on in the next couple of weeks is that, as much as we want to make in America, sometimes, depending on what it is, that's not an option. And so we have to weigh that on what it is, where it is, what's going on. And so as much as we're trying to bring back to Made in America, it's,
all right.
We got to look with, we got to do what we got to do. And so with that in mind, we look at a variety of products and stories and inventors and problems solved and problems coming down the road. So, and sometimes that shift back to America, that creates a problem for the inventor. How do we help them deal with it?
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a short break shortly. And don't forget, at the top of the hour, the third hour, we're going to have Made in America. It's going to be hosted by the inventor lady herself, along with the Cajun contractor, Michael King. And we're going to be right back with another guest on the topic right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network, streaming live on the World Wide Web. I got some announcements right quick. Don't forget, this show is streamed live each week and every week. You can go to hometalkusa.com. You can click upcoming guests, upcoming topics. Also, check out the Invent America link, which leads you straight into the Invent America show. Also, we have the Made in America link sitting there if you want to learn about American-made companies. So everything that we do here is about education and information. That's what we do here each week and every week. We're not a pay-to-play network. We're not a broken network. We're just looking for good topics because, as the inventor lady says herself, it's because America invents. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back right here on the King's Broadcasting Network. I'm the Cajun contractor, Michael King, along with the inventor lady herself, Rita Crompton. We'll be right back. Y'all come back now. You hear?